Here with Kevin Keatts, head coach of NC State men's basketball. Kevin, we've talked a lot about the offseason and a lot about last season, but what have you seen from this team that gives you confidence that you guys can start off a little faster this season and be that team that you finished the way last season as well?
You know, Cory, we lost a lot of really good players. We lost one unique player in DJ Burns. What I've asked this group is do it in your own way. Brandon Huntley-Hatfield and Ben Middlebrooks are not going to be DJ Burns. They're completely different. They play a different way. This group, we don't know who's going to be the leading scorer. Coming into last year, I didn't know who was going to replace Jarkel Joyner and Taquavion Smith as far as they could score the basketball. We're different. What we're trying to push is for our returners to put our culture on the other guys. But we've got a long ways to go. I think this team has a chance to be a little bit deeper, but we've got work to do because we've got so many new guys. We got 8 new guys.
And the guys you brought here, 2 ACC tip-off, 2 guys that went through kind of reverse roles last year, where Jaden Taylor was the starter most of the season and got moved to the bench near the end of the season. Michael O'Connell obviously rose to start him a little bit, during the ACC tournament. What have you seen from them that gives you confidence that they're ready to be the leaders for this team going into this year?
They've got swag and they have a voice now, and it's so tough when you come in as a transfer because you don't know what you're saying, because you don't know the system. You don't ever talk. I thought one of the reasons why in the ACC we became better is because Michael finally started talking. When you look at JT and you look at Michael and even Ben, those guys have been through the fire. They played in all 9 games. They made a huge difference in all 9 games, and I think they understand how important it is for us to play hard and to be able to talk. Words matter. And so what we're trying to do is get those new guys up to speed. This is something that we're going to have to do every year. This is the second year in a row that we've had to have 8 guys, and we're asking the new guys to share their experience as players with our younger guys.
And the brand of NC State basketball, obviously, we talk a lot about the fact that UNC, Duke being in close proximity. How much do you feel like the brand of NC State, not only as men's basketball, but baseball and everything along those lines, has grown over the last several months?
Well, I think it's people have put respect back on our name. And the reason being is it's hard. It's been 37 years and 40 years without an ACC championship in football, baseball, and men's basketball in the Final Four run. I think the biggest thing for us is getting the respect, but also continue to earn it by winning on the court. And I think that's the biggest thing for us is we've developed a culture. We're one of 3 teams in our league that's been to back-to-back NCAA tournaments. That would be us, Duke, and UVA. And we want to just continue to build our culture. Even though we got new guys every year, we want to teach those guys what it looks like to be at NC State.
And as far as the roster composition, I know we talked a lot about the transfers this past offseason. What have you seen from those freshmen that have come in, and has anybody stood out to you necessarily at this point?
Yeah, I think the freshmen have a chance to be really good. I caution everybody, they're freshmen. On certain given days, you're going to see a Paul McNeil and be like, he might be one of the best shooters that ever played here. But trying to get consistency out of them is the biggest thing. I think Paul's going to bring something to the table. Trey Parker is a lot more than just people see on the internet as a dunker. He's a really good basketball player, and Bryce Hurd has a chance to be really good. So I think those 3 bring something. Our transfers were all recruited because they feel a need of something that we lost. Ish, now we got 3 legitimate post guys, and Ish and Brandon, and then also Ben. But then you got a guy like Marcus Hill who can really score the basketball. A great paint touch guy, Dontre Styles, who has played 3 years of really good Power 5 basketball. Has completely improved his shooting from a couple years ago. And then Mike James is a veteran guy who's strong, who's physical, who can play some 3 and 2. I think the versatility really stands out about this group. But we got to continue to work and got to continue to grow. Every practice that we're in, we got to get better.
My last thing for you, what can NC State fans expect?
Well, I think patience, number one. If you learned anything about this team, it's a marathon, not a sprint. I'm not telling you, don't compare this team to what we were last year at the end of the year. allow this team to grow and to grow into a good basketball team. But it would be unfair to say, hey, because at the end of the year we were playing at a high level, we were probably a top 4 team in the country at that point. I think everybody needs to be patient and unexpected just to happen. This team's going to have to grow into what we need it to be.
All right, thank you so much, Kevin. Really